Hello, everyone. This is Arjun over at HelloWoofy.com. We're going to be talking about a couple of frequently asked questions today, and also showing you a little bit behind the scenes on graphic editors and Google Web Stories. So, going live here today to kind of give you a little bit of a sneak peek and behind the scenes of what's going on. I'll just make sure everything is good to go. Here we go. Link, and we're good to go. Cool. All right, the audio is good to go. All right, so a couple of frequently asked questions that have been coming up over and over again, and we were looking at our Zendesk tickets, and we were getting a couple of common tickets coming in again and again. One is around how do you actually connect your Instagram account. Now it's a little complicated. Facebook makes it a little bit complicated, or we should say Meta. But let's go ahead and share our whiteboard real quickly and show you exactly how this is going to be working out for you. So again, for anyone who has any questions at all around how this is working in terms of scheduling your Instagram stories, your Instagram post to your business account or your personal account. We're going to lay it out right now, and there's also a YouTube video. Make sure that you check out our YouTube channel, you subscribe to our YouTube channel, so you can see the differences as well. But again, we want to go live here to answer some FAQ questions and also talk about how do you create evergreen content for your business, your Underdog business, so you can use the content again and again, repurpose, reuse, recycle, as we say it in our demos. So first thing is, frequently asked question is, how do you connect your business Instagram account to your account? All right. All right, let's go ahead and do that. All right, so first thing is you need to go on the Facebook, you have to go on facebook.com and make sure that your business page for your business on Facebook is connected to your Instagram account. So if you're taking a look at this right now, this is very simple. It's very easy to do. Go to your business page. We'll just put we'll call it business page here. And then also when it asks you on the left side, there's a little section on the left side that says settings. Go into settings and then go into Instagram connection. And then once you click on the Instagram connection, you can then add your Instagram account. So let's say this is your Instagram account. Now this is assuming that your Instagram account is a business account. You want to go to Instagram.com and make sure that you have it as a business account, not a professional account, not a creator account. So we know there are a couple of, we've had this question asked a couple of times, why can my Instagram business page automatically post? Is because 99% of the time it's because it's still a professional account. So you want to go here and make sure that it is not a professional account, not a creator account, you want to make sure that it's not that, and then make sure it is a business account. And if you're having any sense of if you're not sure if it's a business account or not, just downgrade to a personal professional account, and then upgrade it to a business account. And that is what you need in order to be able to use the automatic scheduling to your feed for the Instagram account itself. So let's assume that's there. And let's assume this is connected now as well. It's a very simple process. Then what will happen is when you come into Hello Woofy, you will then connect it as a business integration. So if we go into our account here, let's go ahead and open up our Hello Woofy account. Okay, so let's go here. All right, so when you're we're in my Hello Woofy account, when you go into the settings page, you will see two different connections, right? One will be the Instagram business connection right here, which is on the top. And then you'll see there's a personal integration here as well on the bottom. Now, the differences are very simple, but I always recommend connecting your business account as a personal integration and a business integration. I know it's complicated. I know it's, bear with me, but that's really the only way we can do this. And we have to follow Meta, Facebook, Instagram's terms and conditions. So once you know that there are two different connections here, then what you want to do is when you come into Hello Woofy, connect this business integration right here, our business setup here, as a business integration on the Woofy side. So we'll call it biz integration. And then also what you want to do is connect your Instagram account itself. You want to connect it as a personal account, and I'll get into that in a second why you want to do that. So once you have both of them connected, you have the personal integration, you have the business integration as well, then you're set to do a couple of things. Now, so long as you follow the rules, which state, according to Instagram, that your images and videos have to be 1-to-1 ratio or 4-to-5 ratio in size, in order to automatically post to the Instagram feed, just a feed, not the stories, not the casual, not reels, just a feed, then you're good to go and you can automatically post the images. You can post images or videos in these format directly to your business Instagram account. No fuss, no reminders, whatnot. Now you can do, there are limits on our side in terms of if you have the SMB tier, you can do it two times every 24 hours to a Instagram account. So if you have two Instagram accounts, you got two times per Instagram account. You got four opportunities right there. Same thing with agency. If you have that membership with us, the same thing with agency. It's two times per Instagram account. If you have the agency plus, let's try the plus here. Then you can do it three times per Instagram account every 24 hours. Now, if you have the enterprise version, then you have the ability to do it five times per Instagram account per 24 hours. I hope that makes sense. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. This will be recorded. This is being recorded, so you'll have the ability to post comments afterwards as well. So that's something to keep in mind when it comes to the complexities that you just have to deal with because of Facebook and Instagram rules and regulations. Now, coming to the personal side, the reason why you want to integrate your business account. Now, again, it doesn't matter if you call it it doesn't matter if your profile is actually your business name and it's not actually a business profile. That's a problem. You want to make sure that it is a business profile and it's actually a category of business, not just your business name on what could be considered a personal account or creator account. Make it a business account. Once you integrate it as a personal integration, your business account, bear with me, this sounds clunky and this sounds complicated, but we try to make it as simple as possible. Every scheduler has to do this. Then with the personal integration, you have the ability to receive reminders. It's semi-automated. You receive reminders for your stories. We're going to be rolling out reels very soon in a few days, and carousel posts as well. And plus, you can also do feed posts if you wanted to, which doesn't have to be 1-to-1 or 4-to-5 in ratio. So what does that mean on your phone? So when you do schedule through the personal integration, then you want to make sure that you're going into your mobile app. Let's pretend this is your phone, and whether it's Android or iOS, doesn't matter. When you download the HW, the Hello Woofy app down here, what'll happen is it's going to tell you, hey, so and so, it's time to post. Here's your Instagram feed. Here's your Instagram story. Here's your Instagram reel. Your carousel post is ready to go. And there'll be text on the bottom as well. I know a lot of customers are saying, hey, I see the post in my Woofy app, but I don't see it on my Instagram app. Well, it's because you haven't been following any instructions. The instructions very clearly state when you receive that notification on your phone, which usually is on the top or on your home screen, that says, hey, please open your Woofy app and follow the steps, on-screen steps in order to post. When you tap on the image, or there's a little publish button on the top as well that'll say, hey, do you want to publish this? When you follow any of those, if you do it manually or if you follow this on-screen prompts, because there are prompts that pop up, it'll ask you, okay, where are you wanting to post it? It'll ask you, okay, is it on the bottom? It'll ask you, is it Instagram? Is it Snapchat? Is it TikTok? Or is it your Facebook personal profile? And you'll choose obviously Instagram. And once you follow the instructions, it'll open up the Instagram app and it'll give you two options. Hey, is this a feed or is this a story post? Okay, it's going to ask you to one of the two. And then it'll take you to the next step, which will say, okay, here's the caption. The caption's already copied over. All of this text is already copied over into your clipboard. So you just have to you just have to paste it in. Your video or your image is already uploaded as well, and you just have to publish within the Instagram app. So you can schedule everything on desktop, but as the reminders come out, as the posts are coming out, it'll keep on sending your notifications. And which again, pay attention to the notifications. Be smart about this. Pay attention to the notifications. Pay attention to the on-screen prompts on your Woofy app, and then it'll open up Instagram. And it's the same thing, by the way, for Snapchat. I've been doing some Snapchat photo, postings as well. Same thing for Snapchat. You have to follow the instructions there. Same thing for TikTok. These are rules and regulations by these platforms, and also Facebook personal profile. Let's say personal profile. Now, if you guys don't know what the difference is between the different types of products that Facebook has, we're going to make this super easy. If your name is on the page or the profile, whatever you're looking at, that is a profile. You have your profiles where you have your avatar in the middle, you have your photos here, you have your friends here. that is considered a profile. Okay, please do not call it anything else. There is also a page, which is typically used for artists or businesses or organizations. Those typically have also an avatar. They have a cover page, and they have, hours of operation, how many people have liked it, reviews. You can see ads that are being run. This is called a page. Again, please do not call your profile a page. This is a profile. This is a page. And then, of course, we also have the groups, which is where you're seeing potentially this video you're seeing is in our Content Masters Facebook group. That is called a group, and both of these pages and groups can have a series of events. So that's a separate piece. We're not going to talk about that right now. So please call a group a group. Please call a page a page, and please call profile a profile. Those terminologies are very important, especially when you're sending us tickets, because when we get tickets that say, Facebook is not auto posting to pages, and then we look at the account as it's actually your profile that you meant, it doesn't help anyone. It doesn't save anyone any time. In fact, it sends us off on a goose chase, a wild goose chase. So that's something to keep in mind. So that's, hopefully that answers your questions around Facebook business Instagram connections and how that work. If you do have any questions, put it in the comments below. I'll definitely respond to you in video format, as we always do. We love responding to our customers and questions in video format. So definitely put it in the comments below. The next thing we're going to talk about, and let me put a checkbox on this, is library, single post, calendar, and what does it mean to do just a single post to the calendar. All right, so let's go back to Hello Woofy for a second. Now, the other thing that you would have noticed is that when you go about creating content, we always recommend you putting the content first in the library. If you put it in the library, it saves you a lot of time, because then you can reuse it, repurpose it, and recycle the content. We're not going to talk about what it means to do evergreen content right now, so we'll probably talk about it towards the end of this live demo. But if you put a piece of content here, let's say we used this post right here, a few days ago on the 16th. So that's Snoopy, and we used the post a few days ago. Obviously, that's why it's 100% similar everywhere. But if you wanted to, let's say, use it again on Twitter, I can go ahead and click on the little triangle, which is right here, the first icon next to the edit icon. Click on that triangle. And what happens is it's going to create a copy of the post. This post here is not the same post as the one behind it. It is a copy. It's a carbon copy. It's a lookalike. It is completely separate. So, for example, if I start, deleting text here, let's say I want to delete that text there. Hey, good morning. Hey, everyone. Let's say, hey, everyone. Hey, let's just say, hey, underdogs. It's Snoopy, Hello Woofy's chief wolf officer over at HQ. Just reminding you that you're doing great, and keep pushing forward no matter what. Let's say we small business owners, delete that. We small business owners stick together so put a paw there. There we go. And then we'll do this, and let's say we want to put in a hashtag like inspiration, inspiration, and then it's going to start giving me other recommendations like motivation. I like happiness. Happiness looks good. Yep. Oh, happiness quotes. Okay, we'll do that too. So my point is, now whatever changes I make to this will not affect the original post. So if I want to post it, let's say, to our Twitter account over here, we want to post it to our Facebook account, our Facebook group right now, and let's say LinkedIn page as well. Let's say we want to do it to our Instagram account as well, and so on and so forth. We'll also do it to our Google My Business page. We're all good to go. So under 80 characters, which is the limit for Twitter. So if you guys are ever wondering, are you on the limits or not, that's one way to check. The other thing to check is also on the top left, you'll see all of the limits and the limitations are listed here. So if you have ever any questions, keep that in mind. While we're here, also, one of the other questions that keeps coming up is uploading video size. So right now, videos are being are limited to 32 megabytes and under 1 minute. We are increasing all of that. We're increasing the sizes. We're increasing the limits on the length of time as well. But at the moment, to answer those questions, if your videos are not uploading, is because your videos are too big or they're too long. And those are the only two issues that you're dealing with at the moment. So keep that in mind. Now, as soon as I'm done, I can go ahead and click on post, and you guys are actually going to see this post right now if you're tuning in live and you're wondering how this is going to play out. So and hopefully that's similar, is less similar enough to the original post, and so it's going to allow it to go to Twitter. Great. Now that's there, and it's going to go and upload it here, and let's refresh here. So that similarity score should have adjusted itself, and it's all the other similarity scores will also adjust accordingly. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the calendar. It's posted here. And we're going to go down to Hey Underdogs, and here's the post. There's a post, and you're probably going to see it live right now in terms of in the Facebook groups, our Facebook pages, and whatnot. So that's the benefit of taking it from the library and scheduling it out. So let's just go ahead and rehash that. So we got the library, right? We got the library. We'll call it L, and you have a post in here. Let's say you have 2 posts in here. If you want to reuse that content again and again, let's say it's a template, it's a master post, it's a post that you want to use again and again, or at least 90% of it or 70% of it again and again, you can use that to send to the calendar as many times as you want, so long as you follow the terms and conditions, or what we say, the limitations for similarity and text size and videos, video types of videos and images. You can post that as many times as you want to the calendar. And if you're going to be running, you want to have enough variety. And we'll talk about how to get the content into the library in the first place later. But if you have enough content there, you can schedule as many times as you want, just like I did just now. So that's the benefit of using the library, because you can use this content again and again and again as many times as you want, depending on if it's evergreen or not. Now, if you go into the home dashboard and you create what is known as a single post, right? So when you're creating posts here, these are single posts that you're sending off to the calendar. You can also create a single post directly from the home dashboard. So when you see 3 different options here, you see your avatar on the top right, and your team management's on the left side, and you see all the options here. This is your home dashboard of Hello Woofy. When you click on single post, you're actually creating a post that goes directly to the calendar here as well, but it's not getting saved anywhere, so you can't repurpose, recycle, and reuse it. That could be a problem, because if you're using content that could be shared again and again, you should be putting it in the library in the first place. The reason why that's important is because if you're not doing that, and also, by the way, guys, here's a quick reminder that I just received because I posted it to, let's say, to my Instagram. So it looks like it was the wrong size. So send me a reminder right now. Let me go ahead and put it right here. So you guys will be receiving reminders that look like this. You see this reminder here? It says, hey, it's Woofy. I'll read it to you. Hey, it's Woofy reminding you that it's time to post your content to Instagram. Swipe to open the Woofy app. So for those of you who are saying, hey, it's in my Woofy app, but I don't see it on Instagram, please follow the instructions. It says right here, please open that Woofy app and follow the instructions on your app. So when it opens it up, there's my post right there. I'm going to tap on it. It's going to ask me again on the top, what is it? Is it an Instagram post? Is it a TikTok post? Is it a Snapchat post? Is it a Facebook personal timeline post? I'm going to choose Facebook. It's going to then tell me the caption reminder right there. As you can see, if I put it a little closer, follow that instruction that in order to be able to post it manually, semi-automated to your Instagram account. It'll then open up Instagram. There we go. Here is your Instagram account right there. It's going to ask you, hey, is this a feed or a story? I'm going to choose as a feed. I'm going to click on next, and it'll automatically, actually, I know why it reminded me, because I already posted twice in the last 24 hours. That's why it reminded me. So if you go over your limits, which is 2 times every 24 hours, it'll send you a reminder. So here we go. Now we have our caption pasted in. We have the caption pasted in. We have the ability to tag people if you wanted to, or you can post it to multiple accounts as well. You can see we have multiple accounts picked on the left side, but we'll just pick one account right now, which is mine, and click share. And there we go. We are now able to share, and it is fully uploaded to our account right there. That's my account, fully uploaded, and we're good to go. So that's to show you how easy it is. Just don't make it complicated for yourself. Follow the instructions in the Woofy app. Follow the instructions on the YouTube video. There's a demo for this as well. And definitely, look at the replay for this video here. So once you create the single post and you send it off to a calendar, it just goes off to the calendar, and that's it. You'll have a post here. You'll have a post here, which, are copies or variations of the 2 library posts. But then the single post you create, as a result of this, will only be here, and you'll never be able to repurpose it unless you copy and paste it. So you want to make sure that you're saving evergreen posts, because let's just face it, every single platform, it doesn't matter whether it's Facebook or it's Twitter or it's Pinterest, only 5 to 10%. This is what studies show. This isn't what I'm making up. This is studies show only 5 to 10% of your audience will ever see a post. So if you have 1 million people, only 100,000 people, maybe 50,000 people potentially, will see a post on any given day. So you can't just wash your hands of your marketing efforts every single day and then call it a day, because that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't really help your business either. So if you know that, then you better be expanding that library in every direction possible, storing as much content in there as possible. So in our case, we actually have a lot of content in our library. We have, let's say, we have motivational content. When we were running the Republic equity crowdfunding campaign, we were using 5 posts again and again. We have the Content Masters group. We have posts in there every 2 weeks. We have Pet Wednesday. So we you've seen the posts already in our Content Masters Facebook group that we share photos of Snoopy, photos of dogs, and other people are happy to share about their furry sidekicks as well. We have blog posts that are driving traffic back to our blog. You can see here we have a whole bunch of blog posts here about valuable content. So the point is, you have to save all this content in the library, because every time you share it, only 10%, maybe 5% will see it. And so you want to make sure that you're not a hamster on a wheel, constantly creating content, constantly scheduling content to no end. You got other things to do when it comes to running your business. So that's something to keep in mind. So creating evergreen content, we just talked about that. And library to single post, we just talked about that. Single post. I've got a whole bunch of lists. I've got a whole bunch of topics here from FAQs that we're going to be adding to the FAQ section as well. These are actually directly from the Zendesk tickets that we've been seeing again and again. All right, next question is WordPress API. Very simple to connect your WordPress account. You have a WordPress website, assuming. If you want to connect your WordPress account, you better have a WordPress site. Please don't email us saying we can't connect our WordPress account because and the number one question is, do you have a WordPress site? Well, we're thinking about connecting it. That's not helpful. So this is going to be on the right side, your Woofy account. So when you go into your WordPress site, for those of you who are owners of WordPress site, you know what I'm talking about. There's a section called plugins, right? Go into your plugins and look for Hello Woofy as in the search bar. It's a little search bar on the top right. Look for the plugin, install the plugin, and then once you install it, on the left side you'll see the hellowoofy.com plugin. When you click on that said plugin, then you will see a note from me that says, "Hey, congratulations, welcome to Journal. Here is your API code in the middle." It's going to be a little long box. It's a long piece of text, but there's a little bit of a graphic on the top with some text underneath it and whatnot, right? But that code is what needs to go into Hello Woofy. So when you click on you click on the avatar, you click on the settings, and you go to WordPress, right? You're trying to connect your WordPress account. It'll come up with a pop-up that says, "Okay, what is your email? What is your WordPress website?" You need to put in the address, and what is the API key? So for those of you that have been asking us, where is the API key? That's where your API key is. It's literally in your plugin. So play around with your plugin a little bit, and then you'll be able to see the API key. Once you do that, click on the submit button, and you're good to go. That's a big checkbox right there. And then you'll be able to post to your WordPress site as well. And we do it, using our integration as well. Our own front end marketing site is a WordPress site. So that's to show you how the WordPress API works. If you guys are looking for tutorials, there's a lot of support. Probably way too much support. Go into the Hello Woofy account, and if you click on, let's say, these paw prints, right? These paw prints with the question marks, they will play quick video tutorials on the bottom left showing you how that whatever that is works. In this case, it's add content. If you want to click on team management, it'll show you team management, how to add people, how to remove people, and whatnot. So there are a lot of paw prints all over the platform. That'll really help you in making sure that you're able to take advantage of that. I'm just making sure if we have any comments coming in and answering those comments in real time. All right, we're good to go. Other way is if you ever need help for $5, which I don't want to hear any more complaining about the $5 because it's a very nominal small fee to cover our time to help, in person, whatever questions you have. So I don't want to hear any more complaints about the $5 being too much. We are literally the lowest priced product in the entire industry with technology that should be honestly thousands of dollars a month. So click on the link and you will then be able to go to the schedule, the Calendly link, and you'll see here for $5, you'll get someone on a call for 10, 15 minutes, and we can help you out with whatever questions you have. Now, if you're going to come into this and if you need help, this is your last resort essentially. If you need help, please make sure that you have your accounts, open. You have your questions, written down so we can answer them as quickly as possible. And so we want to make sure that you're successful and you're on your way to really taking your business to the next level. So that is another option as well. So tutorials all over the platform. The Paw Prince will play tutorials for you. The Need a Paw will allow you to schedule a call with us for 10 minutes if you really, really need help, and it's $5. Do not complain about that. Because most of our competitors will never even email you back or will never even get on a call with you. You're on your own in terms of help. So we take that relationship very seriously. But the other reason why we charge $5 is because a lot of customers were just scheduling, and in some cases multiple times a week, and not showing up. So that's a little bit of accountability on not only on our side to show up and help, but also on the customer side. If you also need help, in written format, and you're willing to wait for a few days, and 2 or 3 business days, you got the help section on the bottom right. That's another support angle we provide for all of our accounts. Whether you're a single user, you're a pro user, you're an SMB user, enterprise user, we treat you guys the same way across all the plans. So again, 2 to 3 business days. Please don't email us on a Friday and expect an immediate answer on a Saturday or a Sunday or a Monday. 2 to 3 business days. If you need immediate assistance on Monday, you got the Need a Paw button right there as well. Now, in addition to that, you have the guided tour. If you click on that little magenta button on the right side, you can go through an entire tutorial similar to what I would have given you live if you came through our sales funnel, and you would have seen an explanation of every single feature across the entire platform. Now, in addition to all of this, if you go into Hello Woofy, a website, let's say we're going to hellowoofy.com right now, and we go here. Okay, going up and down, up and down. There we go. If you click on the Hello Woofy site, you will see, if you scroll down, there is a 18 or is it 21-minute demo, which is very, very detailed about everything that you need to know about how the platform works. So a lot of support, a lot of ways to reach us, a lot of ways to schedule, help as well. So keep that in mind as well. So that answers the tutorial questions around if I can get any help on how to learn about the platform. How to edit a post or a campaign. All right, so let's go back to the platform and show you how to do that. So let's say we want to edit this campaign here, which is connect with me. So we have a campaign every so often that we run where we say, hey, connect with me on LinkedIn, because that's really honestly the best way I can help you if you need intros or resource recommendations and things of that nature. So if I want to edit this, you can see for the next few weeks, we have a whole bunch of posts being scheduled. Click on the edit button right there. First off, what I did was hover over the post itself and clicked on the edit icon. You see the little edit icon next to the delete icon? Click on the edit icon and it'll allow me to edit a campaign. Right now we're talking about campaigns. We'll get to single posts in a second. Edit campaign allows you to click on that and say, okay, I don't want to have it just come out to my group, Facebook group, which is Content Masters. We may want to have it come out to other pages as well. If I choose that, I can say I want my page, let's say my Twitter account, and so on and so forth. This will actually not work for Twitter because the characters are too long, and it'll give me that warning. So we'll unchoose that. And then as soon as I hit save, it'll reevaluate the campaign and reschedule it for both my group as well as my page for Facebook. Okay, so that's how you edit. Any changes you make here will obviously affect the campaign going forward. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now let's do a test post to show you how to do testing this awesome feature. Let's say feature, and it'll complete. And then let's say we want to add in an image. Let's say feature. Let's say nature. Find some images here based on that, and throw that in here. Throw that in there, and let's say we want to schedule out a post to our Instagram personal account, and we want to do it in the future. So let's say we want to do it for tomorrow at 10:45 a.m., which is obviously based on your IP address. So if you guys are using VPNs, I recommend don't use that if you want the right time zone. If you do use a VPN, just go into settings and make sure your time zone is set to the right setting. Click on schedule, and it's going to send you a reminder right here. So again, for those of you who are having issues following these steps here, the steps are very clear. You need to download the Woofy iOS or Android app in order to do the personal integration for Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. If you have the business integration and you have the business account on Instagram, like I mentioned earlier in this video, you're A-okay as long as you make the images 1:1 or 4:5 in ratio. You don't need to see this. You will not see this reminder. But this reminder is coming up because I just posted it or scheduled it using the personal integration. And voila, so tomorrow at 10:45 a.m. Eastern time, I'm going to see a reminder on my phone saying that, hey, here's the image, here's the text, please open up your Woofy app and follow the on-screen prompts. And that's because of the personal integration. So now if I want to edit that, right, let's go back to the calendar and let's go back to January. You see this, you see where it says testing this awesome post? Click on the edit icon. The X icon will obviously delete it. I hope that's clear. Click on the edit icon. And you can then go ahead and edit whatever is here. So let's say we want to add in some, emojis in here, because I noticed that I didn't put any emojis in the beginning. Again, emojis are very important for driving engagement and purchase intent. If I were doing anything on Google My Business, I could add some types of, call to actions. Those are something new that we just introduced. So if you want to have like a learn more action, I can put in a link here, and then when you click on that link on Google My Business, you can click on that link and it'll take you to whatever the call to action is. So that's something new that we came up with. And a huge shout out to Randy, who's one of our investors, who recommended putting this in. So I do appreciate that. And that's the other thing, guys. Put recommendations and feature requests in the Facebook group. Most of the time when we hear about great features, we actually ask our community, what do you think about this? What do you don't like about that? We want feedback on the UI, UX side. And that's only going to make the product not only better for you, but for nearly 12,000 small business owners, underdogs, who rely on Hello Woofy. That's a huge number, and we have a huge sense of responsibility to keep on introducing new products and new features and new improvements, on an ongoing basis. I know our competitors have given up. They pretty much haven't innovated in the last 10 years, but we are innovating literally on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And so you're going to be a huge part of that. In fact, I think of the capital that we raised, the $1.3, $1.4 million, nearly 900,000 of that in capital has come in from our customer base. People who invested as low as $100, $1,000, $10,000. Some customers put in $20,000 because they really believe in the mission to support small businesses. We're on a mission to build the biggest company helping the smallest, right? So keep that in mind. We want your feedback. So Randy, thanks for your feedback or your suggestions on adding this feature here. And obviously it's available now. So let's go ahead and click on that. And if you wanted to add that, okay, we'll click on schedule and we're good to go. Again, it's going to remind me again. And that's how you edit a single post. So now we talked about how to edit single posts and how to edit campaigns. So that's another FAQ question there from our support section. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about is the graphic editor and the Google Web Stories. Now, these two things are, like I mentioned, they're in the works right now. This is the back end of our the ability to schedule web stories. Now, if you don't know what web stories are, take a look at or Google web stories. We can talk about that in a second. Actually, you know what? Let's talk about it right now. Let's go to Google Web Stories right here. So the way Google Web Stories works is essentially it's an Instagram approach, Instagram Stories approach, except it's in the search results of your when people are searching for you. So if you search for, let's say, one example that we give, and this is on our YouTube channel, is there's a company called Remodelista. So if you type in Remodelista, there we go, Ista. I'm just going to scribble this out. I wish it was easier to do it on a trackpad. If you look for Remodelista in Google on your mobile device, scroll down. There is a section called Visual Stories. Okay, we'll just call it VS for short. That Visual Story section has about, I would say, like 6, maybe 4 stories that are already scheduled there. These stories literally look like Instagram stories, believe it or not. They're literally just like Instagram stories. So when you click on one, what will happen is you'll actually see the story itself, and you'll see, I think one story has like 7, or let's just say that has 5 slides in it. Just like Instagram stories, it'll go from one slide to the next, to the next, and to the next, right? It's going to keep on going. Now, those slides can have buttons on them, can have links to go to other websites as a call to action, can have text on them as well. You can write on them if you want to. It can have videos in the background. It can have, image animations. It is very, very powerful. So we highly recommend taking a look at it. Now, the reason why we're bringing it up is because, let's go ahead and share our web stories integration here. You can actually start seeing that right here. So if I click on this is an example of a Google web story that's been scheduled to a WordPress site. And this will rank, by the way. When people search for your website, this will rank. So you can see it went from one slide to the next slide. You can see the editor. If I want to click on it, I can go to the editor right there. If I want to click on this, I can go to the editor right there and click on that, and so on and so forth, or the call to action rather. So very important, very powerful. Keep that in mind. Now, speaking of the editor, the graphic editor, one thing to keep in mind is that it's actually it's in, I would suppose, alpha right now. This is the last thing we're going to talk about. And if you guys have any questions, put in the comments below, and I'll respond to it in video format after. Around feedback, suggestions, other FAQs, other questions, comments, and whatnot. But this editor is going to be very, very powerful because it'll not only create graphics in different sizes for you, it's going to take content from your WordPress site, your Shopify store, your WooCommerce, e-commerce, capabilities. Make content that's clickable, that you can actually, have call to actions on. It's going to be very, very powerful. And now, if you're a brand and you have many, many individuals underneath you, let's say you're in the direct selling business, or you're in the real estate business, or you're in the insurance business and whatnot, you may want specific kinds of content, right? Specific kinds of logos and phone numbers and email addresses that have to be put in every single graphic all the time. That section right there on the right, which says branding assets, that's where you throw all that in, and it'll automatically create that. And this will be available at the Agency Plus and Enterprise plans. The other cool thing is that you'll also be able to create slideshows for Google Web Stories right here. And it's also going to take your content from, let's say, CSV file upload. Let's say you uploaded 50 CSV file quotes. Just keep it simple. It'll automatically create 5 different variations for each of those quotes, and you can say, I like this template, I like that template. It'll automatically spit out. If you do 50 quotes, it might spit out like 50 versions that you can choose, and they can all be different templates. So there's a lot of capabilities coming here. You can also remove backgrounds from a product if you want to use that from your e-commerce store. There is a lot of capabilities coming in, so definitely do keep in mind, you have a huge opportunity to have an impact on this editor as we're rolling it out, so that again, you are in a position to succeed. Canva and Crello, they cost hundreds of dollars for the whole year. We are literally baking this into the price point for your membership. So, like, for example, here, if you're in this membership, right, if you're at the agency, it's free at the agency level. If you're at the Agency Plus level, you'll get the branding assets capabilities. You get a little bit more advanced capabilities for the graphic editor. But if you're paying let's say $100 for any of the other, the graphic editors, you're getting scheduling, you're getting SEO with Google Web Stories, you're getting business Instagram integration, you're getting video posting for LinkedIn, you're getting so many, and plus smart speaker management as well. We're about to roll out apps for Alexa. You're paying the lowest price in the entire industry for a product like this, which is cutting edge, the Tesla of our industry. So if you have any questions, if you have any other comments on how we can, feedback on how we can make this even better, we're all ears. We really do want to hear from you. All right, so let's go ahead and take that away from the share. Let's make sure we covered everything that we wanted to cover. Okay, FAQs are good. If you guys have any questions around how this will actually work in terms of Google Web Stories, definitely go to our YouTube channel, which is what I'm pulling up right now. And you'll be able to see firsthand how that'll work in terms of Google Web Stories there as well, if you want any sort of a recollection of how this will work. So let me go ahead and share my screen again. And here we go. All right, so this is the demo for Google Web Stories. If you want to take a look at how this will work high level, scroll forward to, well, here's the Google Web Stories website itself. If you want to take a look at how that'll work. And of course it's frozen. But let's go here. All right, so that's Web Stories on Google. Take a look at that. And then when you come here on looking at Remodel Lisa, as I was telling, these are the web stories there. and you can scroll forward and take a look at how it's going to work. So you'll be able to upload multiple images, and once you upload those multiple images, it'll then upload those as slides to your Google Web Story. And each of those images can have text, links, buttons, you name it. So that's that. Now, the other capability that's coming out very soon, this is for Agency Plus and enterprise users, is the ability to, in augmented reality, actually see all of your content before you just by using your phone. Guys, just by using your phone. You don't need this device here, which is an Oculus, VR set. You just need your phone, and your customer and your colleagues can, join in on this from thousands of miles apart and tap on the post and send it off to Instagram, tap on the post, send it off to, LinkedIn. Blogging is going to come out down the road. This is only for social media posts at the moment, or Amazon Smart Speaker posts. And you can then also bring your colleagues to see a timeline. You can show them a timeline of what is the content going to look like, or in the future, what's the content looking like in the past, because you've already scheduled those posts. The posts have already come out, and you can tap on those and you can reschedule them so long as it's in the future. This is literally your calendar that everyone's been used to using, but it's in augmented reality. It allows you to turn your entire room. You can get up. Actually, exercise is good for you. Get up, especially if you're working remote. I should I shouldn't be speaking. I've been sitting on this chair for the last 8 hours probably. Um, you can actually be able to see with your customers and your colleagues what content is about to come out in the future and what's coming out in the past. And you'll actually see a representation of the phone, other people's phones, right in front of you. Right now, I only have my phone, and I'm walking around the ecosystem, the room itself. But in your case, you can have 3, 5 people, depending on your membership, and they can all manipulate, move content around, and reschedule. And you're going to really impress your clients like never before. So that's something to keep in mind that we have coming out as well. The other thing to keep in mind is also we have the Google Chrome editor. So if you haven't been using the Google Chrome editor, why not? Download the Google Chrome editor. We have thousands of users using it, and you can literally use it to create, type content across the internet. So if you're on Medium.com, you're on LinkedIn, guess what? You see that recommendation happening right now? That's because of the Google Chrome extension. And then, of course, we love you guys. And my coffee is the demo text that I use usually. Double click on it, optimize it for the right emojis. Double click on it, optimize it for the right emojis. The Google Chrome extension is absolutely free with your membership. Why are you not using it? And the other cool thing is you can also schedule posts out of it. So if I wanted to, let's say, schedule this post here, I can go ahead and click on the single post, schedule it right now, right in the browser, add content, add it right now, and add it to my library. So it saves you a ton of time if you just want to, go across the internet, add content to your library, so you reuse it, even in your own blog. You can just go ahead and do that and create single posts from there as well. So that's something to keep in mind that we've been offering for quite some time now. And last but not least, I think this is the last thing we're going to talk about, is the ability to invest and be a part of a company that has innovated, unlike anyone else, like way beyond, what our competitors are doing. Do you realize most of our competitors, and these are, the top ones that we look at, some of them are publicly traded, by the way, or at least one is. They're 10 times the cost and 1/10 the capabilities in terms of what they're offering, and they really don't care of offering anything more. So that's a shout out to all of our competitors combined to do better for underdogs and small businesses, because that's the 50% of businesses around the world that need the most help. When 400,000 businesses shut down, all of these companies increase prices by a lot. So that's something to keep in mind. But if you want to be a part of a company that has, grown nearly 21,000% since inception, probably 30% at this point, give or take, we raised about $900,000, including the 129 here. You're seeing almost $130,000 from our own customer base. You want to invest as low as $100 into the campaign before it ends, and the valuation is still on the low side, which is $9 million. It's going to bump up to $9.5 million once it goes up to $250,000. And guess what? We only have $120,000 left, and we just got a soft commitment for $125,000 just in the last 24 hours. So before that $125,000 gets in this campaign, you want to make sure that you've taken a piece of it before the valuation goes up $500,000. And that gives you the ability to not only benefit from the investment, owning having a promise to own shares in the company, but if you put in more, you get a discount towards your membership. And we're happy to adjust your existing membership. If you already have an existing membership and you haven't invested, we'll take care of your membership with the discounts here. If you invest certain higher amounts, you'll get access to the platform for several years for free as a thank you. Plus you get the upside. Plus you get to co-develop and co-create the platform with a tech company. what other tech company wants to listen to you, right? The most tech companies don't want to listen to their customers and take the feedback and nurture the relationship. We have a Facebook group. I respond to a lot of the tickets myself, comments in video format. We really do care about your feedback. So this is a really, really good way to have a win-win situation. And if you don't believe anything we're talking about, take a look at Glenn's background. Glenn is an extremely accomplished entrepreneur and investor, has done a lot in his life, and he's leading the campaign for Refunder at this point. So just want to conclude there. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, it's all about building community and smart marketing for underdogs. So thank you so much for your time. Hopefully those questions that we answered today, we'll probably do 1 or 2 lives every single week at this point, answering questions from our Zendesk tickets that we're seeing, and we'll probably bring on a couple of customers as well. If you guys want to be on this live and be interviewed, let me know. Hit me up. We've had customers in the past before, like Edgar. Edgar, shout out to you if you're watching this. Thank you so much for being such a great customer of ours, and many other people. Paul, Jaina as well. Thank you, Jaina, for joining our masterminds. But virtual hugs to you guys. Take care. Bye.